Hey friend, welcome to my podcast, The Fit Soul. I'm your host, Amy Ramsey. In this podcast, we will be discussing soul-filled strategies to unleash your confidence, increase your energy, and all the things healthy lifestyle. If you're a Christian woman who is ready to reach your God-given potential, walk worthy of your calling with abundant joy and energy, girlfriend, you are in the right spot. I mean, you only have one life to live. You might as well maximize it. Buckle in, and thanks for listening. This podcast is going to be so stinking practical. I want to share with you a win that I'm having and I'm watching some other clients have. And sometimes we can overcomplicate our own success and moving forward. We can make it more difficult, really, than it has to be. And so this one I want to share with you on this podcast. And this can be relatable for your health and wellness, for your spiritual growth, for your personal development, maybe professional development. And it's really taking into account what is it that you want to happen in your life, and is it happening? As far as your health, let's just talk about health real quick. And so if you don't know, I am a certified integrative nutrition health coach, and I've been in the fitness space, personal trainer, for 25 years. So fitness is really how I got started into the coaching space. I'm a certified high performance coach and Christian life coach now, in addition to those things. But I really believe that we have to take our created selves, the way that God created us, when we're looking at any type of change. He created us. For believers, we have our spirit, our soul, and our body. Spirit, soul, body. Sometimes you'll hear it loosely, mind, body, spirit. So however you want to look at it, the scripture says spirit, soul, and body. And for us to have healthy, vibrant spirit and to live from that place, I call it a thriving midlife, thriving life, living from the inside out, not the outside in, where our emotions and thoughts rule us, but we get to be in charge of that and to live this spirit-led life, right? Well, when it comes to our overall development and growth and maturation and just becoming, the journey of becoming, all of that God wants us to be, and to live healthy, vibrant lives, I think it's important to set and establish goals. They help to guide the ship. They help to give you a specific focus in your life. And that is what most people miss, is having clarity around what they're working on and focus the exact steps to take. And when you start to get really clear and you get focused, then you can move that needle forward quicker. And so I want to share with you something that's helping me personally move the needle forward quicker in my life. And that is to take, what are my goals now? What do I need to do to achieve them? And then those things that I know to do, double down on those things. Now, I know that's not very sexy, but I've just been saying this to myself over and over again. All right, what do I need to do for my health? And that's what I want to talk about in this episode. But you could translate this to your emotional well-being, your spiritual growth, your health and wellness, your professional development, personal development, any of it. We all know what we need to be doing. Do we need often more expert advice and expert strategies? Oh, for sure. But the thing is that when it comes to our health, there are certain things that we know to do, and to get really clear with ourselves and ask, what do I know that I need to do and I'm not doing it consistently? So let me give you an example. I know that for my health goals, it is helpful, and it's my goal, by the way, to write down count your macros. I hate counting my macros. I don't like it, but it's very helpful for me. Number one, it holds me accountable. Number two, I'm able to see where I'm missing on my nutrition. Sometimes I think I'm doing great, and then I look back at my macros. I'm like, whoa, no, I was not doing so great when I thought I was. So it just brings a healthy food mind-body connection to what it is that I'm eating. All right. Anyway, I know that I need to count my macros, but here's the deal. As we're starting to round out this first quarter of the year, I haven't been consistent with that, even though I know that it helps me. It helps me in real time. It helps me. And I also know that on the weekends, that's where I fall off, and that's probably where you fall off too. I can kind of tighten it up pretty good during the week, but man, during the weekend, without that mindfulness and intentions, I can lose the same 5 pounds. Gain it over the weekend, lose it over during the week. Gain it over the weekend, lose it during the week. And I'm sick of that pattern. So I had my goal for this month to count my macros at least 6 days a week. And I decided that I could double down on that. Like, just do it. Because I keep saying I need to do it, but I'm not doing it. I want you to think about your own life. What are the things to improve your health that you say you're going to do, and in reality, if you take an account, you're not doing it consistently enough, and you know you can do better? And so that's what I want to just encourage you. Say these 2 words to yourself. Double down. Just go do it. Go double down on those things that I know to do, and stop making excuses. Stop taking the easy way out. Stop thinking, when I'm not as busy, I'll do it. Stop all the excuses is basically the biggest thing there. You know, they say about excuses, they're like armpits. Everyone has 2 and they stink, right? So just by doing that one thing, guess what I did? I doubled down and I counted my macros, and it's becoming more of a habit now. Even when I'm out, like this week, I'm recording this while we're in Florida, and on spring break, I can even count my macros when I'm out of town. It's hard to count them while you're out of town. It's hard to count them while you're out to eat. It's not as easy. But that's the point is that we can do it. It just needs that intention and that mindset of like, stop making excuses, just go do it. And so that's been super helpful. I also just took that same mindset on some other things. All right. Your workouts, Amy. You know to age powerfully. In fact, if you missed that podcast, I want to encourage you to go back and listen to it. I can't remember what number it is. I want to say 63, but listen, I actually have no idea. I probably shouldn't even say that. But it's age powerfully. And I talk about the 3 things that you need to age powerfully. So what I did is I said, I'm going to do these 3 things and I'm going to double down. So just the short Cliff Notes version of that is strength training. To age powerfully, we lose a lot of muscle mass after the age of 35, and especially after the age of 60, you lose muscle mass. And I see my body. I can tell that I'm losing muscle mass. So I needed to double down at the gym. I was not training at my best. I was exercising, but not my best. So now I'm putting my phone away and I'm going in and I'm doing the thing. All right. So the strength training, prioritize protein was another one, and make sure you get your good sleep. So I doubled down on my workouts, on my exercises. I'm like, you know what? You can do this. Double down. And then I realized, wait a minute, I need to add a little more agility training, some HIIT training. It's an important part too. And I found a little app. In fact, let me tell you about this app. I don't know, I think it popped up on MyFitnessPal as I'm counting my macros, which I told you, I'm like trying to double down on that. It was an app. It's called Seven, Seven. I don't have any affiliation with it, but it's super inexpensive, and it's a 7-minute workout a day. And I thought, well, I can double down, and I can do that. I can do a 7-minute workout. That'll help to boost my metabolism. My metabolism during the day. And let me just try this too. So I incorporated a 7-minute workout into this whole double down approach. and I'm hitting it at the gym. I'm doing those strength training workouts like I know to do. And then I'm counting my macros. And guess what? I am seeing results quicker in this 1 month than I have in January and February. Much quicker results. Just doing the things I know to do. Double down. Double down. So can you apply this to your professional life? Double down. What's the thing that you know is going to move the needle forward? Go do that. Research shows that we spend too much time on the things that don't move the needle forward in our lives. In fact, there's some research shows that up to 40% of the things that we do, we don't need to do. Like they're non-needle moving activities. And that was Abby and Archie downstairs barking. Sorry about that. Anyway, my whole encouragement to you here is that as we are stepping into a new quarter, it is a really good time to take a look at what do you want to see happen in the next 90 days. I have learned to do a 90-day run is awesome. It gives you time to really make some changes, solid changes in your life. So how can you improve your health? What can you double down on? One thing, like can you focus on one thing and do that? Apply that same thought process to your spiritual growth and to your, I tell my clients, your personal growth, your personal development, your personal maturity. I don't know what you want to call it, what you feel comfortable with calling that. But where in your mind, where in your mindsets, what about your emotional resilience can you strengthen so you can recover quicker, bounce back quicker, and go about those things that you're supposed to be doing instead of getting stuck? You know what I'm saying? So personally, professionally, spiritually, physically, what can you double down on so you can move that needle forward in your life? I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are around this. And I am hosting a masterclass on how to create a growth action plan for midlife so you will have more energy in your life, more joy, more peace, and be more confident. So if you're interested in that, check out the show notes, or you can go to thefitsoul.com/masterclass and sign up for that. It's an incredible class. I'd love to have you take that class with me. And as always, thank you so much for being here. If you found value in this, would love for you to share it with a friend or two. And I will see you back on Friday. Friday is that faith-activated podcast to where we just dive into spiritual things. And it's short. It's to help you in your faith walk. All right, friend, don't forget, walk worthy of that calling inside of you. We only get this one life to live. This is it. This is it. We don't have to do it perfectly, but let's do it with excellence. Let's walk worthy and maximize your life. Live it to its fullest, to your potential that God's got inside of you. You're the only one of you, and you are needed and necessary in this kingdom. Alrighty, I'll see you back here on Friday. Have an amazing day. Girlfriend, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I'm so honored you come back every week and that you share the Fit Soul podcast with your friends and family. Every time you share my podcast on Instagram or Facebook, I do a little happy dance. Make sure you subscribe to the Fit Soul podcast where you'll never miss an episode. You can go to Podcast, Apple, Stitcher, and Spotify and subscribe so you'll never miss an episode release. And just know, I truly love bringing you excellent content and great guests to provide you motivation and faith inspiration to help you walk worthy. And one of the ways you can help me is to go and leave the Fit Soul podcast a review. If you have just a moment, would you please go over and leave a review for the Fit Soul podcast? Thank you again. I love you. And here is your reminder. You are worthy. Until next time. Bye-bye.